Into the quarterfinals we go now over in the Copa America, and we've got a surprise on our hands with the likes of Panama taking on hotshot Colombia, who of course will make it through to the semi-finals. We're going to take a little look next. That's right, folks, back once again another preview video. Today it's all about the Copa America, and it is surprise package, dark horses. Panama, of course, represented the CONCACAF. They go in the distance. They've, of course, outshone the likes of Mexico, Jamaica, and even the US of A. They're here, and they're here to represent. But standing in the way are, of course, maybe a dark horse for the glory. That is Colombia, who absolutely been fantastic since the get-go, dominating over in Group D. We'll get into all of that in a minute. Of course, if you're new, where you've been, smash your subscribe. Your one-stop shop. Copa America is right here, boys and girls. We are on the road, but we are keeping on with the videos and, of course, a look at Copa America. Today, we're going to take a look at this quarterfinal in just a second. Big shout out to the VIPs, the patrons, you know who you are. And again, if you're new, smash that subscribe, boys and girls. We are getting into it right here and now, so let's get cracking and take a look at how we got to the stage with, of course, the Panamas and the Colombians coming into this one. So let's take a wee look at it then, shall we? Coming at you right here, right now. Just make sure, yep, we're still good. Of course, so Panama, been here twice before. They've never made it out of the group stages until today. That's right, they've made it at long last. Managed by Thomas Christensen, the legend, of course, former for Barcelona, starman, Alberto Quisquirilla. They were in Group C, where they had odds at 16-1 to win the group. They had odds to 7-1 to qualify, and to win the whole thing, 150-1. They are still the underdogs and still have whopping odds of 100-1, but my expectation was a group stage exit, and again, I'm eating my humble pie right here, right now. They are ranked, according to the FIFA rankings, of 45 in the world at the moment. This has been their resume so far. Of course, they did lose to Uruguay opening day, and then this is when it all turned around. That big win over the USA, 2-1 win, to put them in the driving seat, and then they just took care of business against Bolivia to set up this crunch clash against Colombia, and we'll take a look at how Colombia got to this point. But Panama runners-up, absolutely fantastic. Scoring a few goals, but they are leaking a terrible amount of goals as well. So we'll see just about what's in the tank for Panama into this. Let's take a look at the key players then for Panama. They've got the likes of Eric Davis, Caesar Blackman in there, Annabel Godoy, Basanas Cascarilla. We've got Freddy Gondola, and Eddie Herrero up top. But what about the key personnel? What's going to be in my 11 then for this lineup? Well, let's have a little crack at that and predict the starting 11. Give it to me right here, right now. I'll tell you, it is looking like this. Starting 11 with the likes of Mosquera between the sticks, Farina, Cordoba, Rodrigo Mila. We have Murillo, Gondola, Martinez, Eric Davis, Caesar Blackman on the left, Basanas on the right, Eduardo Herrero up top. What about their opposition, though? It's going to be Colombia coming at you thick and fast in this crunch quarterfinal, surprise quarterfinal. But let's take a look at how they got to this point as well. Here we go. Colombia have been here 23 times in the past. They have won it, and it looks like just the once back in 2001. Could this be the year Colombia get their hands back on some serious silverware? They are managed by Nestor Lorenzo. They have got the star man of Luis Diaz. They were in Group D, where they had the odds of 11-4 to win the group, 7-2 on to qualify. They were expected to be runners-up in Group D, but guess what? They only gone and won it. 12-1 to win the whole thing. They've got odds now at 6-1. And alongside Uruguay, they've been one of the most refreshing teams in this competition. They were expected, in my eyes, to get to the quarterfinals. They're here. And right now, you know, they've got a good chance to get through to those semi-finals. They're ranked dizzy heights of 12th in the world, according to the FIFA rankings. This is their resume so far. 2-1 win, opening day win against Paraguay on the first game. Follow that with a 3-0 win against Costa Rica, which pretty much put them in the hat for the next the last 8. And then they did get a good draw against Brazil, which of course kept them top of the group and in the driving seat for their own destiny. This is then their players, with the likes of Ospina between the sticks, Yerry Mina, we've got Davison Sanchez, we've got James Rodriguez, we have Quintero, we have Jasperilla, Luis Diaz, Siniesta. They've got them all in there. They're all in there. But what about my 11 then? Well, I'm going to give you my 11 right here, right now, guys. It looks a little bit like this. If I can just swap on over. There we go. We've got the likes of Ospina between the sticks, Mojica, Mina, Davison Sanchez, Daniel Munoz, Jefferson Lerma, Uribe, Diaz, Rodriguez, Arias, and Santos Bor up top. That's my 11, guys. Of course, what about the rest of the game then, shall we? Let's take a look at a big build-up to this kickoff, which is not so long away into the future. Of course, let's take a look at it. State Farm Stadium, the venue on July the 6th. Colombia, managed by Nestor Lorenzo from Argentina, up against Panama's and Theo Christensen from Spain. They have played each other 4 times since 2005. Quite even Stevens between these two. 2 wins apiece. Colombia, though, 92% form for them right now, unbeaten in a crap long load of games. I know it says 6 on the graphic there, but that goes way back. So 92% form for them right now, up against the Panama nation with 4 wins of the last 6, 67% form for them right now, and looking A-OK. However, the most recent match between these two sides back in June 2019 was a 3-0 win for Colombia. In fact, they got back-to-back wins over Panama, back-to-back clean sheets as well. But Panama's last victory was all the way back in July 2005, where they picked up back-to-back wins themselves over Colombia. But in the minute, Colombia are in the driving seat. The bookies do have Colombia with 3-1 on for the victory, 10-1 is Panama, 15-4 is the draw. So the bookies red hot on Colombia, looking like they're going to get through the semis. What about the public vote? Well, the public vote just the same, if not more so. 93% have gone with Colombia, Panama just the 7, and that's of course 308 votes on that banger. But what about me on this one? Let's take a little cold hard look at this one. Panama been a surprise package. I'm stunned to see them here. A little bit gutted from the US not making it in a tournament in their own backyard. But this is a country representing the CONCACAF in this competition, and Canada doing the hard work at the moment. Who's going to, of course, be the last man standing? Can a CONCACAF nation make it through to the semi-finals? But I don't think it's going to be this one, unfortunately. Panama may get unstuck a little bit against a red-hot, tricky-looking Colombia side who've got the bit between the teeth, and hopefully if they can keep this band together, they could make a good run for the World Cup in 2026. So I'm going to back this Colombian nation here, 2-1 win. Panama will give a good account for themselves. They know where the back of the net is. They're a tricky unit. Got a good result against the USA. They'll come into this all fighting, playing for the badge, but unfortunately they will lose to a Colombian side who I think are going distance. That's right. That's me on this one. Let me know your thoughts. Smash the like, smash the subscribe. Your one-stop shop for Copa America is right here under Ron Brewski. But of course, we'll be back for, of course, the semi-finals. One of these nations will join me. One of these nations will be going home. But until then, we're done.